What's going on, everybody? This is Jeff with AltCoin Buzz. So today we're going to talk about the SEC and their approach towards cryptocurrency, and we're going to talk about it from a decentralized and a centralized aspect, kind of just giving my opinion and the way that we see it as a community. And we're going to talk about Chris Giancarlo and his Twitter and Jay Clayton, and we're also going to look at the SEC website. So we have a $382 billion market cap. It's really, that hurts. It hurts everybody that's been invested in, hodling for however long you've been in this market, especially if you came in December and January. You've got to be feeling some pain. And I'm not saying this because I'm trying to overly sympathize, or baby or coddle. It's painful for everybody. And yeah, sure, there are a lot of tough knuckle dudes out there, and they comment on these things saying, "Oh, stop being a baby, Jeff," and I get it. I think that or they'll say like, "Have faith," believe in it for the long term, and that's where I'm overall at. But I do sympathize with people who are feeling pain from this, who came into the market, especially around January, and I've gotten into some positions that I wish I wouldn't have. I've gotten into some positions that I should have sold early. So it's just, I'm sure we all deal with these kind of thoughts, and it's tough. No one ever can prepare for a market correction like this, or market crash like we saw in 2008, or even the Great Depression. I'm pretty sure not too many people really look forward to that and do everything to avoid it. Now, they have been calling for a crash of the dollar for a while as the world reserve currency, but thankfully that hasn't happened, or maybe some would say it should happen. So without getting too far into that, because for me, I'd rather just keep things pretty good. I'm pretty sure most of you would say the same thing. So, yeah, seeing this market has been at $829 billion, sitting at 382, and so it's been just 2 to 3 months. 2 months actually of really tough times for people, really trying times. Bitcoin dominance at 41%. Yeah. So let's talk about the SEC. Chris Giancarlo here. So if you're wanting to keep up with the SEC, I highly recommend Chris Giancarlo, CFTC, chairman, former business executive, attorney, editor, husband, father, banker, or banjo picker, owner of Original Condition 73 Buick convertible out of Washington, D.C. So what are some things that he says? Why would I recommend him? Well, regulation can add to credibility of crypto markets, says CFTC Commissioner Brian Quintenz. So you can get this article on his Twitter from CNBC, and you can also get the one that he most recently tweeted about. So, some smart thinking about Bitcoin cryptocurrency. So let's review this. This is what he tweeted out from CoinDesk. So, crypto industry should self-regulate, says CFTC Commissioner. Regulations can take years to develop, so why wait when you can self-regulate? That's the message U.S. Commodity Futures Trading Commission CFTC Commissioner Brian Quintenz delivered to the audience at the D.C. Blockchain Summit on Wednesday. I believe that a private cryptocurrency oversight body could bridge the gap between status quo and future government regulation action, he told the audience in his keynote address. Quintenz also suggested that a cryptocurrency self-regulatory organization, SRO, should have an impact beyond the U.S. market and could potentially take on global significance. I think right now everyone's trying to figure out where and how their laws apply to this space, he told CoinDesk in an interview. Quintenz said, so if the community takes advantage of that time and that ambiguity, there's the potential for a global framework to apply to everyone if there's enough buy-in from the community to do that, since there aren't jurisdictional questions as to which entity has to do what, or rules that necessitate a bifurcation or separate approaches to the market or to the regulation. Some big words he was using. Bifurcation. I've never heard of that word, so I apologize for that. So in layman's terms, basically, if I can summarize it for people who are trying to understand the SEC. And I know a lot of you guys already know about the SEC, but I'll just put this out there for people who are trying to understand the SEC. Basically, the issue here is that if a token or a coin is traded or sold, it is considered a security. And the SEC is in place to protect investors from fraud. Fraud is, let's just say that someone were to create an ICO and they have no real intention of doing anything other than creating a really great marketing campaign and talking a big game, writing a white paper, putting a team together, collecting public funds, and then just kind of fizzling out saying, hey, we got some money here. Let's tokenize this and trade that for fiat. And let's just say that multiple projects sprouted up that are similar to that. Then what you have is a threat to the cryptocurrency market as a whole. So the SEC they're even saying, hey, we'll give you guys a chance to self-regulate this, but you guys have to also make sure that you're protecting people, investors, because it's not good for cryptocurrency, it's not good for investors, and it's not good for blockchain projects if a bunch of these projects just come in trying to make an easy buck, right, by tokenizing something that's really not even ever going to do anything. That's what we're really dealing with here, and that's why the SEC is getting involved, is because some of these projects really don't have any intention of doing anything solid. And I would say that the odds of me potentially having been duped by some of these projects, it's possible, because I've read some of these white papers and I was impressed with their plan, but looking back on it, I'm like, yeah, but are they really going to be able to deliver on this? Because I think that's a really lofty goal. It sounds great in theory, but it's will they be able to decentralize this and that? I don't know. Let's take a look at the CNBC article that Chris Giancarlo also tweeted out. He said, this CNBC article says, Commodity Futures Trading Commissioner Brian Quintenz said some type of regulation in crypto market is good. Regulation can add credibility, Quintenz told CNBC, closing bell on Wednesday, and I think the participants in this market want a credible marketplace. Everyone that trades these products needs to know that there is no federal oversight over these platforms, said Quintenz, who was in Washington, D.C. on Wednesday for the third annual D.C. Blockchain Summit. And I would agree the SEC that some type of federal oversight is a good idea. Ultimately, it's for Congress to decide that. So, yeah, let's take a look at the SEC website, what they're saying about initial coin offerings. So this is the big thing right here, these ICOs that allegedly have potentially some bad actors in there that are doing things, collecting funds with no real intention of doing anything other than just collecting public funds. And this is where the need for the federal oversight is coming from. By the way, guys, I personally have sent an email to the SEC asking them for guidance on this subject, and I hope to hear back from them. So if I do, I will be letting you know what the SEC has said about what their intentions are moving forward, if they even are willing to share any of that with us. So like I said, I've sent an email to the SEC. Hopefully they respond and we can get some sort of insight to share with you guys from the SEC. And now, why do I, a cryptocurrency investor who's a part of the revolution of decentralization, smart contracts, and getting away from governance, have an interest in talking to the SEC? Well, the truth is, the SEC is a massive governing body globally, and what they say when they say it is going to be very influential on other nations and the rule of law globally. So you can't just ignore this SEC, and they're a massive force to be reckoned with, and you have to respect that force. So you can come onto their website and read up on it. So ICOs can be security offerings. So this is the big thing. ICOs based on specific facts may be security offerings and fall under the SEC's jurisdiction of enforcing federal security laws. So they're basically shooting the warning shot. They're saying ICOs that are securities most likely need to be registered with the SEC or fall under an exemption to registration. So this is something that we're picking up on. This is just coming out. So now, we're all having to pay attention to this. So when we're investing in ICOs, we should make sure that these ICOs are registered with the SEC. If you're an American at least, and you're investing in an ICO, this is something now that we all have to pay attention to. So you can go through this article on the sec.gov/ICO website and get more information. Over here on Altcoin Buzz IO, I have we tweeted out, sometimes in life all you can do is laugh. With that being said, can someone please drop a joke in the comments? So with all the heartache that's happening, you have people panicking when we're still above the spike levels in market cap. So he's saying that, hey guys, we're still above pre-spike levels with the market cap. This is Philip Michael Da Silva. We have, let's see some jokes here. TRX is going to get me a Lambo. Yeah, I don't know what to say to that. People are telling jokes and I'm laughing because I feel like that's what we need, more laughter right now to get through this tough time. Mortgaged my house for cryptos and instant riches. I now live in a van down by the river, and no, it's not a Lambo van. All right. I should laugh, but I mean, I don't know if some of you guys are like not going to laugh at that. But anyways, you guys can come on to our Twitter, check us out, Altcoin Buzz IO. We'll see y'all next time. This is Jeff. If you're new here, you can subscribe to this channel and click that bell to get notified when videos like this drop.